Hi everyone, Crazy Eddie here. And although it may not look like it, I have actually moved since last episode. I have been out gathering bees, and I managed to replace my tropical bees, so chances are you'll get to see me stung again. I have also built a tree farm, forestry style, which is about the cheapest way you can make a tree farm in expert mode. And I have also made a wheat farm with my golems. I'm pretty sure we do still have a wheat farm over there, but it's way over there. But mainly I needed it for seeds to squeeze into seed oil to make more apiaries. But before I do that, I'm going to build a beekeeper's house. And I've gathered quite a lot of snow for it because I just felt like having white walls. Well, I think I like a lot of what I've got going on here, but it definitely needs something more around the roof, glass, trim around the windows, and some kind of porch lights. And I think I know just what I want for that. See, I told you I'd get poisoned. But more seriously, it turns out that we did have a bunch of treated wood left over from immersive engineering. And I think that'll give me just the look I want for the roof trim around the house. Yeah, I do like the way that's coming out. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. So I went to DecoCraft for my decorations. And I think it's going to look pretty cool. Though I didn't really expect this to insist on staying so far off of the oh, now I know why. It's because this floor is slabs. Still, I think that works. I also made myself up a nice little bed. Cuckoo clock to hang on the wall. For some reason is being picky. I have no idea if it actually keeps time. It'd be cool if it does, though. Got that for a bed stand, but it's really a bit too high, isn't it? We'll just stick this over here. It's still a bit higher than I'd like, but I think it'll do. It'll be something to put the lamp on anyway. Nice. Nope, can't put anything in the bedside table, but that's okay. And yeah, this clock seems to be saying it's noon, so it's pretty much cuckoo. But that's okay. But we have our little house, we have our furniture, we can spend the night here, and there's plenty of room to set up some beekeeping machines. Which is what I'm going to build next. Although first, I'll see how I like this. That's not too bad. Not a bad place to sit and enjoy a glass of lemonade while I'm waiting for the DNA to do what DNA does. So next step is going to be supplying power and ME to the house. I'm using Buildcraft Kinesis pipes because my energy requirements are not going to be that high, and because I like them. And because they're pretty easy to craft still. Anyway, I have the incubator set up. I have the gene pool out, but I'm probably going to have to move that. But we're going to start with 3 incubators. And to make the next machine after the gene pool, we're going to need enzyme, which is the final step of the incubation process. So we'll get that powered up first. And supplied with growth medium and wheat and sugar. There we are. Nice little end table on the other side. I'll probably want to rig up a cover around this somehow. There we go. Full access to my systems. So next, I'll need to set up some item ducts and a water source and fashion some growth medium. Okay, so we've got water and power hooked up. And we've got the growth medium, hopefully growing. Oh yeah, there it goes. And that's liquid growth medium, so we will need more fluid duct. Looking pretty good. Our next step is to incubate that growth medium with wheat. And oh yeah, I need to set up a squeezer to squeeze those seeds. Because I need the seed oil to make more apiaries. And the bacteria will need to be incubated once again with sugar in here, and that will give us enzyme, which means I need to grow more sugar. Turns out I did actually have enough sugar just growing alongside the river to make this possible. So I still need to set up this fluid duct. And load this up with sugar. And pretty soon we should be looking at a few stacks of solid enzymes. Okay, I have the gene pool set up and it's got power, but I haven't got any pipes going to it yet. The isolator has got its power. I've got it loaded up with enzymes and with blank sequences. And I'm pretty sure all it needs is bees. And this should be the same old procedure of isolating a single gene, which will have to be identified afterwards. And as it has always been, it's going to take a while. And I think I'm missing something. Ethanol. I have to get the bees drunk first. So I built a still in the old backyard. And a fermenter. I have the AE system feeding it saplings, which is all it needs to produce biomass. And the biomass pumping into the still. Really pretty simple. So let's see what I need next to dissolve bees. Ah, the isolator's already running. But to use that, we're also going to need some liquid DNA. Trees will do, but they generate a very small amount. Drones will do better. Pretty sure they generate a greater amount of DNA, especially after they've been identified. And we can just put them in line with the others. And sooner or later, I'm going to need to make a bee suit. It's going to take a lot of silky combs, so I'd better get it started. So at this point, it looks as if I have proceeded as far as I can with the machinery until I can get an alveary made. So we'll do a quick word about breeding to finish off this episode. Now first off, we have these pipes looped around the apiaries, both to send the drones and the queens, or rather the drones and the princess, back into it so that they can resume doing their job. Everything else gets sent over to this chest. And over across the river, we have several mini loops like this. And the other advantage of this is that when you have a bee that you want to have more of, then the drones just cycle right back into the aviary. Into the apiary. And aviaries for birds. And again, our products get sent over here. Having a lot of drones can be really handy, especially if you want to make sure that you have more bees of a particular kind. Let's say I've got all the unusual drones I need. I could just take them out and save them for breeding later. But if I want more, say, cultivated bees, then I can take a bee that I'm not too attached to, like this meadows. And then take a bunch of cultivated drones. And then you simply put the princess in with a whole bunch of cultivator drones. Now, as she goes around the loop, that is, say, when the queen dies, the princess will be born, go back around the loop, and go back in, where she will once again breed with another one of the cultivator drones. 12 of them should be more than enough to get the Meadows princess to breed fully into a cultivator princess. So, as long as we take the time to generate a bunch of drones of whatever species, we can turn any princess bee eventually into that species. The only thing we really need the machinery over there for is when we want to put particular traits into them. For instance, if we want to have a cultivated bee that will pollinate vines instead of flowers. Or if you want all your bees to be able to work underground or inside. You can take traits from bees that have that particular trait with the machinery and put it into them. But to get particular species of bees, just breeding them is actually a lot easier. Next episode, we'll get more into how the actual breeding works. Until then, be sure and check out my other videos. Scroll down, like, and subscribe. Have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.